Hello, this is Slow Wetter coming at you live from Slow Wetter Acres again on February 22nd. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. We just, I live in Northern California, so we just had the big blizzard. All the roads were closed for like 3 days by my house. And unfortunately, I live right where they had the avalanche, and all the skiers, the 9 skiers, got caught up in that. It was awful. So it was a lot of snow here. It's all melted here now. Anyways, so this was the first warm day, so I took the bikes out. I usually take the bikes out and ride them, but I usually ride about 100 miles a day. So what I want to talk about today is I'm 62, so how do you ride in your 60s? I think it's easy. I think people should ride motorcycles. That's just my personal opinion. I've been riding since probably it's gonna make me sound old, but it's since the late 70s. I started out like on an RM125, like this, kind of like this bike. This is a Honda 250 CRF, but I had a RM125. I think it was a Suzuki RM125. Broke my leg on that. Broke it in 2 places. I was in the hospital in traction for 3 months, but I survived. So that was one of my first motorcycles. But I've been riding since then, pretty much, most of the time, like 80% of the time. So fast forward, I think as long as you, the thing about riding motorcycles, it really, for me, my day job is a nuclear physicist. I have a PhD in nuclear physics from UCLA. That's why I'm a UCLA guy. And that's my full-time job that I do every day now. So I have to think a lot, and riding the motorcycles really seems to make my brain crispy, and my memory's really good, and my action time, and I just feel like it's really good, and it focuses my brain, and it's really relaxing. Like when I get done with work, I get that ride home. I'm actually happy during the day because I know at the end of the day I get to ride my motorcycle home, which is fun. Since it's about 50 miles, it takes me about 30-40 minutes because I go 80-90 miles per hour. But that's the traffic here in California on the Interstate 80. And then in the morning I look forward to going because I usually ride this bike. I've been riding this as my commuter bike, my Kawasaki ZX-10R KRT. It's the race version. And then I ride my Ducati Diablo V4 with the Termingani dragster exhaust. I ride that on the weekends because this is fun. Just people love this bike. It's a street burner, head turner. It just rumbles with that. You got to get that Termingani dragster. It's straight titanium pipes. This thing is loud. It's louder than all the Harley. It's just loud. I like it that way. So it rips. This green bike, the Kawasaki ZX-10R KRT, I love it. This thing, I think it goes up to, it redlines at, let's see, I should know this. So it redlines at 14,000. So on this bike, I took the muffler off. It sounds really good. So I didn't tune it or map it or anything. So if you just take, and it was warmed up, so don't worry about it. I was just riding it. So this bike sounds really good. You get the snap, crackle, pops, and this bike's warmed up. I'll start it up. So this is if you want to be a squid. When I'm in my squid mode going to work. So this bike, it's more of a drag bike. It's more of a beefy bike, but this is more of a squid fun freeway bike every day. This is my everyday commuter, and I put the Michelin Road 6 rain tires on the front and back, and I do ride this in the rain, and it's rock solid. These tires are good. Like I wouldn't want to ride these in the rain because these Pirelli Rosso, I think these are the Rosso 3s. Yeah, they're probably okay, but they're more racing slicks and these have the big notches in it. And then the Panigales, I just ride once or twice a month to keep them running because those are my son's bikes. So they got the Panigale V2s, and then when I come home, sometimes when I'm bored, I probably go later because I'm done street riding. I've done about 100 miles today on this bike. on the Diablo V4. So I'm going to go, I have 3 acres here, so I have some trails. So I do a little trail like motocrossing on my property. But to get back, when you're 60, I mean, I think you should keep moving. If you can work, I don't plan on retiring, so I'll probably retire when I'm 80, 90. I don't know. I feel pretty good. I'm 62. I can ride my motorcycles all day. I also lift weights. That's something to do. The muscle mass, and I don't eat any sugar, and I don't do a keto, but I do what I call a very low carb. So I'll have like the equivalent of 2 slices of bread, a carb a day. And what I found, and I've been doing that for about 2 years, I found you don't get these sugar highs and lows. So you have energy more, and it's nice, especially for motorcycle riding. If you get on a near keto or low carb, you can just ride because you don't have to go to the restroom. Sounds funny, but and you get that in it. You don't get that crash from drinking coffee or sugar. I mean, I drink a little bit of caffeine, but not like I used to. I might have 1 cup of coffee a day, one small cup, not a Starbucks one. So once you start being, because my body's more of a fat burner, because you can burn fat or sugar. If you burn sugar, you're going to get the sugar highs and the sugar crashes. If you burn the fat, you get the slow burn. So you always, just makes you sharper. And I think that's what the motorcycles do too. It focuses your brain, and at least my brain likes riding the bikes. And for me, it's not scary at all. You know, I ride the heavy track every day, and people here drive crazy. So I mean, if you're not going 80, 90 miles per hour and sometimes 100 plus, you're going to get run over. So that's why I buy these bikes that rip. You need the fast bike here in California to get run over. So anyways, I think when you're in your 60s, you should ride. And if you don't ride, just start out slow. Get like maybe a Royal Enfield. Like I'd say the GT650 is the perfect starter bike. Don't get the 350 because you'll outgrow that in like about a month. If you get the 650, any 650 Royal Enfield would be good because they're less than 10 grand. Like the Himalayan 450 they make now is like 7 or 8 grand. That'd be the perfect bike to learn on because it's on-off road, and it's easy to ride, and you can grow into it. And then also the GT650 is a good bike. I mean, it only has like 47 horsepower, so you can't really kill yourself, but it's enough where you don't get bored when you become an intermediate. If you get the smaller bikes under 650, anyone's going to outgrow that. But the main thing is just don't try to go fast. I taught my sons how to ride. They've been riding about 3 years on these super bikes. Each bike has about 15,000 miles, so they haven't wrecked them or even laid them down. And these were their first motorcycles with a Panigale V2. So the whole secret is just ride slower than you think you need to. It really is. You just have to have a lot of time in the saddle. You just have to put a lot of miles in. Like you're probably not going to get that good at motorcycling till after a few thousand miles. And then what you do is when you start out really slow. And every time you go out, you might go another few miles an hour faster or on a longer, fast road. So when you start out very simple on the surface streets, go slow, and then work your way up to like a little bit more of a roadway. And then if you get on the freeway, find a nice easy spot where you can get on and get off, where it's maybe like a quarter mile, and you can just do that loop. You get on the freeway, you get off, and you don't even have to get on the freeway, but you get that speed, and then slowly build that up. But just don't go 100% like on the freeway. Yeah, you're gonna wreck. Or even this whole canyon chasing thing, I never do. I mean, I can outride some of these guys who put their knees down. I never put my knee down. I'm just kind of a neutral rider. And if you're putting your knee down on the street, you're asking for trouble. Because that means you're at the edge of your grip. And if there's any like grease or gravel or sand or water or cars coming or cats or dogs or deer, you're in trouble. So I just the only place I really go fast is on the freeway where you can see. You don't want to overdrive your eyesight. So if you're going around a corner, slow down because you just can't see what's around the corner. If there's a car making a U-turn or parked there or broken down, or there's a truck tire, I've seen it all. Or I've seen cinder blocks in the road. you gotta, yeah, don't be ripping on the surface streets at 100 miles an hour. Save that. If you're gonna go that fast, save it for the freeway. But yeah, I like riding in my 60s, and I'm looking to ride into my 80s. So these bikes I'm gonna keep forever. And then also, this is a mid-position bike here. So you're sitting up more, like you're sitting up like this. So it's this like very comfortable. So if you're older, you don't want to start out with a bike. That's what's nice about the GT650 Royal Enfield. It's a cool bike, but you're still sitting up. A more bike like this, you're sitting a little bit more low, but still this is very comfortable. But these bikes, you're basically you're like this. So this is the easiest mid position. This is a little bit more aggressive, and these are race bikes. So I wouldn't get a Panigale for your first bike because you're back. And it's like any athletic thing. When you're in your 60s, you got to do it. When you start riding, maybe you can do 5 miles, and then the next week per day, then 10 miles per day, then 20. You have to build up your stamina because I'll admit your hips, your legs, your back, you're going to be sore. There's a lot of muscles you have to develop. So once you're riding for a while, that all goes away, but you have to develop. It's like jogging or running or weightlifting. You have to ease into it. And it's not hard. It's just you have to ease into it from a physical fitness point of view, and also a coordination, like a central nervous system. And these things all come together, and the longer you ride, and the more, and it's got to be consistent. You got to ride like 2 or 3 times a week. You can't ride like once a month and you're just not going to get any better. It's like anything, practice makes perfect, and it's got to be every few days. I mean, every day wouldn't be bad, but it's got to be 2 or 3 times a week. Younger or you just need that practice. It's like doing a sport, like learning baseball or volleyball or surfing or skiing or playing an instrument. It just takes time. When you start slow, then you get good at it. All right, slow it out.